You should have told me or any of the team members. Did you do that? Did you tell anyone about it?
No, because I kept trying and I thought I could fix it, but I forgot to
Okay.
ask.
Because you were supposed to submit the assignment. So if you would have asked for help from anyone, then we would have been able to go forward with that, right? Anyway, okay, no problem. So Hiba, let's do one thing. Let's recall all the things that we did in the previous class. So, what all do you remember from the previous class?
We learned about complementary angles and
Okay,
supplementary angles, and that I don't remember that last one.
adjacent pair.
Yeah, I didn't understand how to do it. The
Okay,
adjusted.
Hiba, I gave you some homework questions. Did you do those?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Let's discuss the homework questions. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so the question was page 95, try these, right?
Yes.
Fine, so let's get started.
Can I start reading?
Yeah, start reading the question.
Okay. Which pairs of the following angles are complementary? A 70-degree angle and 20-degree angle. So if we add them, we are going to get 90-degree. So it will be a
Hiba, just a
complementary angle.
minute. Page 95, try these. Okay, 70 and 20. So is it complementary? The first pair, 70 and 20?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
The
Then
second pair is not a complementary angle, and
because,
because 75 plus 25 is 100.
okay, very good. Next,
And the third pair is also 100, so it's not going to be complement.
okay, next.
And fourth pair is 90, so it's going to be complement.
Very good. Okay, Hiba. Then what about the second one?
45. So what is the measure of the complement of each of the following angles? First one is 45 degree. So if we add 45 plus 45, we're going to get 90.
Very good. So the answer for the first part is
45 degree angle.
45. Okay. Then second one.
Second one, if we add 65 degree angle and 25 degree angle, we are going to get 90
Very
degree.
good. So the answer is 25. Okay.
And for the third one, if we are going to add 41, sorry, if we are going to add 49 into 41, we are going to get 90. So it's going to be a complement.
Very good. And
54 plus 36.
very good. Okay. Very good. Then let's come to the next one. Third one. The difference in the measure of two complementary angles is 12. Find the measure of the angles.
I didn't understand the question, but I kind of found the answer. I don't know if
What
it's
did you
right.
find? Okay,
89 degree angle minus 77 degree angle.
Are they complementary angles? Are these two complementary?
No.
No, right? They are asking about
But they are
the
complementary,
difference.
right?
How are they complementary to each other? How are 89 and 77
Because they are
complementary?
both
do they both add up to 90? What is the meaning of complementary? You have already done
Adding
the
two angles that are
two,
less than 90 degrees.
two angles which add up to 90 degrees.
Oh yeah.
You can just see, you've already done questions like this. Like just now you told me question number 1. In that you had two pairs of you have four pairs of angles. From that you told me that there two of them are complementary pairs and two of them are not. So over there was a pair 75 and 25. You told me that this is not complementary, and the reason when I asked you why is it not complementary, you said because when we add them we get 100 and this is not equal to 90. We need it to be equal to 90. So now can you tell me, are these two complementary angles?
No.
No. And what is the question asking us? The question is asking us the difference in the measures of two complementary angles. So there are two angles. Okay. They are both complementary. So what does it mean? That when you add them, you get 90. Okay. And they are giving you another hint that the difference is between those two angles, the difference, that means when you subtract them from each other, the difference is 12. Okay. So what does that mean? So let's say one angle is x. Okay. So x minus the other angle, whatever that angle is going to be equal to 12, right?
Yes.
Or you can say that x is equal to that other angle plus 12. Or let me just tell you like this. Ahiba, when someone tells you that the difference between let's say 9 and 3 is 6. So what do? You say 9 minus 3 is equal to 6, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Or one more thing that we can see is that we can see that there are two complementary angles, right? So if I say that 60 degrees and 30 degrees are two complementary angles, then what does it mean? It means that 60 plus 30 is going to give you 90, right? So over here, what is the case is that we know these two angles. We know that when you add them, it gives you 90. We also know that this angle minus this angle gives you 12. So let's say it's like this angle, and this is this angle. Okay. So what they are telling you is that this angle minus this angle is giving you 12. Fine. So can I say that, can I say over here, if you take a look at these two, that 60 is 90 minus the other, its other complement? Can we say that 60 is equal to 90 minus its complement?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do over here. We're going to say that the first angle, or the red angle, is equal to 90 minus the blue angle. Okay. So this, let's say this angle is x, or let's say this angle is x. Okay. So the other complementary angle, so let one of the complementary angles be x. Then the other angle will be 90 minus x, right? Because they are complementary angles. Is this part clear till here?
Yes.
Okay. So one angle is x and the other angle is 90 minus x. So the first part, now we also have what is given to us? What is given to us? That when you subtract them both, you get 12. So x plus, I'm sorry, not plus. You subtract them, right? So x minus 90 minus x, and you put a bracket because there is a minus sign. Or
Minus.
in fact, you put a bracket because this whole thing is one entity. So they have to be together. They have to be safeguarded by using brackets. Okay. So x minus 90 minus x gives you 12. Okay. And this isn't anything complicated. Don't get confused. It's just the same thing that we've written on the other page. Okay.
Okay.
So it's clear till here?
Yes.
Fine. So now what happens is when you open the bracket, you get x. Now when you open the bracket, you get, this is minus 90. So you write minus 90. Okay. And you see this, okay. You have minus x. So what's minus of minus x? Hiba?
Positive x.
Yes, positive x, right? So this is equal to 12.
Is it
So now,
because is it because there are two negative signs, so it's going to convert into positive?
yeah, that is the reason. Okay. So this is x plus x, that gives you 2x. Okay, Hiba, just give me a second. Till then you solve this question, okay? Solve the rest part of this.
Okay.
So what will we do next, Hiba?
2x minus 90 plus 90.
Okay,
12 plus 90.
very
Sorry,
good.
90.
Then
Then it's going to be 100. 2x is equal to 102. And then we will divide it by 2.
2, very good. So divided by 2. So that's how much? 51. So what does that mean? That means that one of the angles is 51 degrees. So what is going to be its complement?
100. Sorry.
Its complement. Its complement, the complement of this is going to be
12.
Hiba, one, there are two complementary angles. Two complementary angles. One is 51 degrees. What will the other be? What is complementary angles, Hiba? Their sum is 90, right?
Can it be any number?
It can't be any number. It has to be one particular number because it is the complement of 51. Complement of 51 means what? That it should be 90 minus 51, right?
Oh,
Shiva, come on, you've already done question number 2. That's just the same thing as this. Question number 2 is, tells you to do the same thing, right? What is the measure of the complement of each of the following angles?
39.
Yeah, 39 degrees. Okay, so now we know that the two angles that they're talking about in the question are 51 and 39. And just go ahead and check whether their difference is actually 12. Because they're saying in the question that their difference is 12 degrees, right? Check it out.
Okay. Yes, it is 12.
Yeah. So that means our answer is correct. So let's now
Can
come
you
to the, yeah.
can you give a similar question and like
Okay. For
explain
homework,
it
you want me to give it
for,
for homework or right now in the class?
in the class
In the class,
for
okay.
more explanation.
Okay, okay. But I won't be solving it. You will be solving it. Okay, I'll just help you out. So let's say, let me just see the way they have written the question. Okay, so the difference between or wait. Okay, can you find it now?
Okay. Actually, I meant, can you explain like similar questions again?
Okay, you want me to explain it? Fine.
Yeah.
See, did you understand the first question, Hita?
Yes.
Okay. So in this question, let's see how we can go about it. It's like it's the same thing as the previous question, right? So the difference in the measures of two complementary angles is 36 degrees. So we know that there's going to be two angles. So we'll say let one of the complementary angles I hope you're writing it down as well.
Yes.
Be x. Okay. Then the other angle will be what will the other angle be, Hiba? If one is x and they are both complementary, then what will the other angle be?
36.
No, forget about 36. I am only giving you this much information that there are two complementary angles. Okay, one of the complementary angles, there are two angles. One of them is x, So what will the other angle be, given that they are both complementary angles?
X.
No, one of them is x. So what will the other be? They are both complementary angles, Hiba. That's a huge clue. What does complementary mean?
Sum of two angles which give 90.
Yeah. So if I'm saying that I have two things, their sum is 90. One of them is x. Then obviously the other one will be,
Can you say it again?
I have two things, their sum, or when you add them, they give you 90. If one of them is x or y or z or a or b, whatever it is, okay, so we're just calling it x. If one of them is x, and we know that when you add the second thing to it, it will give you 90, then what will, how do you know, like, what will the other thing be? When you
Can
know that both of them added will give you 90, one of them is x, the other will be,
can it be any number?
no, it can't be any number. It has to be 90 minus x. Did you get it, Hiba?
No.
No. See, you have two angles, okay? 70 degrees, 20 degrees. If you say that 70, if you say let's call this x, okay? If your x is 70 degrees, then what is your other angle? Your other angle. Your other angle is what? It is 90 minus x.
7x.
And what is x? X is what? 70, right? So your
Yeah.
other angle is 90 minus 70. And what is 90 minus 70?
20.
90 minus 70 is 20. Similarly, if you have two complementary angles, okay, one of them is, let's say, 30. Fine. One of the angles is 30. Then what will the other angle be?
90.
The other angle will be 90 minus 30 because they're complementary angles. The other angle will be 90 minus 30. So that when you add both of them, what does it give you? What is 30 plus 90 minus 30? It's very simple. This negative 30, positive 30 gets cancelled and you end up with 90 degrees, which is obvious because they are two complementary angles. Whom am I talking about? I'm talking about 30 degrees and the other angle, which is 90 minus 30 degrees, which is basically 60, right? It's another way to say 90 minus 30 is another way to say 60, right? So when you add them, obviously you're going to get 90. So now if I ask you, there are two complementary angles, okay, and one of them is 50. What is the other going to be?
90 minus 50.
Yes, 90 minus 50, and you know that that is 30, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry, not 30, it's 40. Okay, so this is 90. This is another way of saying 90 minus 50. So Hiba, if I ask you the same thing over here, wait a minute. Yeah, now can you tell me? Can you complete this sentence? Let one of the complementary angles be x. Then the other angle will be?
90 minus x.
Yes. It will be 90 minus x. So you have two angles. Wait a minute. Take 1 minute. You have x and 90 minus x. Okay. This is one angle and this is the other angle. Fine. So one angle is x, the other angle is 90 minus x. Now, what is given in the question? The difference in their measure is how much? 36 degrees.
36 degrees.
So what do you do now? You say x minus, the other angle, which is 90 minus x, right? Because it's the
Yes.
difference between those two angles. That gives you 36.
36.
Now when you open the bracket, x minus 90, and since this is negative and this is also negative, so this thing becomes a positive, fine? Is equal
But
to
is it
36.
going to be 2x?
Yeah, because this is x and this is again plus x, positive x. X plus x is 2x.
Wait,
Is
can you
equal to,
explain it again?
what do you want me to explain?
How it became x minus 90 plus x. Yes.
Okay. Heba, open the bracket, tell me what will you get.
X minus 90 plus x.
Do you know how we got it?
Yes.
Got it now? Pakka?
Yes, but why didn't we change the symbol of x minus, like
Symbol of what? What did we not change the symbol of?
like from x minus, why didn't we change it to x plus 90 minus
Okay.
x?
It's not, we're not gonna change this symbol. Okay, what we are doing is we are opening the bracket. Okay, when we open the bracket, this negative sign, what is happening here? Pay attention. What is happening here is this negative sign, it applies to this whole bracket, right? So when the bracket opens, this will apply to every single thing that was inside the bracket. So when the bracket opens, this negative sign is going to apply to 90 also, and it is going to apply to the second term also. So when it applies to 90, this 90 is what? Is it positive 90 or negative 90?
Positive.
Positive 90, right? So it's just 90 and you have added a negative sign in front of it. So no issues over there. Very simple. That thing you've done. But when you do it with this term is what? Negative x. So what you're basically saying is that you're saying I have a negative and then I have a negative x. And we know what that means. We know that negative multiplied by negative becomes what?
Positive.
Positive x. That is how we are getting positive x. Did you get it?
Yes.
Let me give you another example to clear your doubt. Let's say you have okay. Let's say you have a minus a plus 50. Okay. Now open the bracket, please.
A minus 50.
Very good. Fine. So this gets cancelled and you are left with negative 50. Fine. I'm going to give you another example. A or not A, this time something else. Yeah. S minus negative 20 minus S. Now can you open the bracket?
S minus positive 20.
Wait, why is it s minus positive 20? Why is it s minus positive 20? How did this happen?
Because
It
we will
is
change.
negative. Wait, before you will not put a minus sign here. Why? Because we are seeing negative multiplied by negative. What is minus into minus? This minus into minus, it is getting converted into plus. Okay, so you will not write the same thing twice. You will not first do this. You will not first write negative over here and then again you convert this into plus. No. What that means is you're writing the same negative sign two times, right? You're not going to do that. You're going to write it only once. Negative multiplied by negative is positive. Then you have this 20. Is that clear?
Yes.
Hiba?
So it will be S plus minus 20.
Hiba?
Sorry, S plus 20
Yes.
and plus
Then you have to multiply this negative sign with this whole thing. Yeah. Then
plus S.
plus s. Very good. So this is clear. How we open the bracket, how we apply a negative sign to a bracket.
Yes.
Okay.
So for
And this is
A minus A plus 50, since it was positive A and we added minus and positive sign, so it became negative.
exactly. So this a over here, it was a positive a. But over here, after opening the bracket, it became a negative a simply because of this negative sign.
So how did it become 50 minus 50?
Because it is positive and outside the bracket, a negative sign is standing. So a negative sign, when a negative sign, it changes everything within the bracket. Okay. So, it's like if you have a bucket of water and you add a few drops of coloring, then the color of the whole water changes, right? So that is what the negative sign does, that it changes the sign of everything. So since this was positive, because of this negative sign, this 50 became negative because there's a negative sign standing outside the bracket. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay, so let's continue.
Can you give me 1 minute to write something down?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, completed.
Okay, done. Can you solve this further?
Yes. But how will it change to 2x?
Hiba, can you tell me what you see here? This is one sec. This is what?
X.
And this is what?
X.
And this, and like, okay. What is like this whole thing? What is this? Positive
Plus
x, right?
positive
So
x.
you have two x's two x's, they're both positive, what are you going to get?
2x.
That's how you get a 2x.
Okay. So the positive sign is for 90, right? Sorry, so
Where is
the negative sign.
yes, because there's no bracket over there. If there was a bracket here, and don't make the mistake of putting a bracket again. Just now you have opened the bracket, so don't put it off once again. Okay. So this there's no bracket, so it means it is only for 90.
Okay. I solved it.
Done? Okay.
Yes.
Can you tell me what do we write next after this?
Yes. 2x is equal to 36 plus 90.
Okay.
So it will be 126.
Okay.
Then 126 divided by 2,
Yes.
and then x will be 63.
Very good. So what are the two angles? One of the angles is 63, right? X is 63.
And the
So
other one is
other angle
36.
36. Are you sure?
No, 90 minus 36.
And that is no 90 minus 63.
Sorry, 63. 90 minus.
Hiba, see dear, see here. We said that if one angle is x, then the other is what?
90 minus x.
Yeah. So we are already giving a formula for the other angles.
Okay, I understand.
And 90 minus x is
30.
what? Can you please solve this and tell me?
Sorry, it's not 30. It's 20.
Hiba, dear, please solve it and tell me what is 90 minus 63. Do the subtraction. Hmm.
27.
Yeah. 27 degrees. Okay.
Okay. Can you give me 1 minute to write it down? The last.
Sorry. What?
Can you give me 1 minute to write the last thing? That one angle is 60.
Ah,
Okay, we can continue now.
Okay, fine. So
It's the next homework, page number 96.
yeah, find the pairs of supplementary angles.
Okay. The first pair is not a supplementary angle since the sum of the angle is 160.
Very good. Okay, next.
The second one is also not a supplementary angle since the sum of the angles is 170.
Very good. The
The
third
third
one.
the third pair is a supplementary angle.
This is page number 96. Third pair is supplementary angle. Very good. Okay.
The
Next, fourth pair.
fourth one is not a supplementary angle.
Good. Next, question number 2.
What will be the measure of the supplement of each one of the following angles? First one is 100, so it will be 100 plus 80.
So the answer for the second one, for the first one will be
100 plus 80.
no. See, what will be the measure of the supplement? They are asking what is the measure of supplement. So you will say 80. Okay. Because if the angle that's given in the question is 100, right? Its supplement is this. So that when you add both of these angles, the one that's given in the question and the one that you have found out, when you add them, you get 180.
So
So
I
you will
don't
just
have to
write.
write the whole thing.
You just have to write how much is the supplement. That's all.
Okay. The
Yeah.
second one is 90 degree.
Very good. Third one.
125.
Yeah, 125. Very good.
And the last one is 55.
55. Very good. Okay.
Yes. And the third one, among two supplementary angles, the measure of the larger angle is 44 degree more than the measure of the smaller. Find their measures. So
It's very similar to the previous question. The ones that we just did.
so will it be 44 plus 136?
Okay. Yes, it will be 136. But how do you know it's 136?
I
No.
was
Wait. 1 second. Sorry. No. What are they saying? They are not saying that one angle is 44 degrees, find the other angle. Are they saying that one angle is 44, find the other angle?
no.
No. They are saying that 44, what is 44? It's not one angle. It is the difference between the two angles, just like we saw in the questions we were just doing. Now there are two angles. Over there we were doing complementary angles. Over here supplementary angles. What are they saying? That their difference is 44 degrees, right? You have two supplementary angles.
Where are they saying that it's the difference in
Hiba,
that question?
they are saying that the larger angle is 44 degrees more than the smaller angle. What does it mean? If I say, Hiba, if I say I am, let's say 13 years, more like 13 years, my age is 13 years more than yours. What does it mean? It means that the difference between our age is 13 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they have just used different words to say the exact same thing. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it will be 180 minus 44.
Very good. No. Viva, 1 sec. See, how did we do the previous question? We said let one of the complementary angles.
Bx.
Very good. Oh no, sorry, not complementary. This time we're talking about supplementary, right? Let one of the supplementary angles be x Then the other one will be
180 minus x.
very good, very good. The other one will be 180 minus x. Okay, and so these are two angles. One second. So one is x, the other one is 180 minus x. So now we know that the difference between these two angles is what?
44 degree.
So x minus, then
180 minus x is equal to 44.
very good.
So then it will be it will be converted into x
No,
minus.
Hiba, one sec. You are saying the right thing, but let me just correct your the language that you're using. It won't be. It will be converted. It's not. We're not converting anything. We'll say this will become okay, because converting means, like for example, when you convert meters into centimeters, right? When you say 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters, you're converting over there. Over here, you're not converting.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, what does it become?
X minus 180 plus x is equal to
Very
44.
good. Very good, Hika. Then what does it become now?
2x is equal to
Yes.
180.
44 plus 180. And then
Why are we adding 44 into 80?
oh, we're not adding 44, but the 44 is already there.
Why didn't we write it like 2x minus
Okay.
180?
Don't worry. Wait. Don't worry. I'm gonna solve your problem. Yeah. So forget that this exists. Okay. Forget about it. Now let's just do it your way. Fine. 2x then minus 180 is equal to 44. Then
2x is equal to plus 180. 44 plus 180.
then
Then it will be 220. 2x is equal to 220.
1 second. So, Hiba, what are you basically getting now? You are getting 2x is equal to 44 plus 180, right? And that's the same thing that I have also written. I just skipped these two steps. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2x is equal to, what did you say? 224,
20.
right?
20.
224. 20 or
Oh yeah,
24?
24. 24.
Then x is equal to
112.
very good. So one of the angles is 112. The other one will be
180 minus 112.
very good. And that is
68.
very good. 68. Can you just check whether the difference between them is actually 44 degrees or not? Like they were stating in the question that the difference between them is 44.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
good. Fine. Next, try these. Page 97.
I didn't understand how we should do adjacent angles.
Okay. Hiba, what did we say about adjacent angles? We just take a look at the examples that are given in your book. When you just take a look at the examples, same page,
Okay.
97. Okay. You can see the angles formed by the pages on a book. You can see the angles formed by the arms of a steering wheel, right? Now,
Yes.
so these angles are called adjacent angles. Like we discussed in the previous class, adjacent angles are those which have or which share, they share, wait, what do they share? They share a common arm and a common vertex. And another point is that the non-common arm, the arm which is not common between them, that is on that should be on opposite sides of the common arm. Okay, what does that mean? That let's say you have a common arm which is this, okay, and this is a common vertex. This is one angle, or let me just wait. Do you know what's the meaning of adjacent, Hiba?
Yes.
What does adjacent mean? When I say I live adjacent to so and so person, or when you say my house is adjacent to so and so person's house, or when you say um, during the exam, so and so person was sitting adjacent to me. Adjacent means right next to, right? If someone is, if someone is, let's say you're living on the first floor and someone is living on the second floor, will that be called adjacent? No, right?
No.
Hiba, my other student has joined. Okay, so I'll have to leave it right here, but just remember this, that it should be the, so one sec. So this is one angle, fine. The other one is, let's say, this angle. Do they share a common vertex?
Yeah.
Yes, they share a common vertex. Do they share a common arm? This is the common vertex, okay.
Yes.
Yes, they share a common arm. But are they adjacent? No, they're not adjacent. If someone lives inside your house, you won't say that this person lives next to my house, right? So this is not adjacent. So the third condition is that the non-common arm, the non-common arm, okay, which is the non-common arm? So this one is the common arm, right? And this, these two are non-common arms. The non-common arms should be on opposite sides of the common arm. Okay.
Okay.
Now just take a look at these three conditions and try to solve the rest of the questions. Fine.
Okay. I will solve it by next class.
Okay. Fine. Assalamu alaikum, Hiba.
Walaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum, Sami.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम.
Okay, Sami. क्या हाल है?
ठीक हूँ.
What?
I'm fine.
Okay. हाँ जी. So, समी, हमने लास्ट क्लास में क्या किया था, जरा याद दिलाइए. हाँ जी. Do you remember?
Last class. I don't know.
Hmm. Do you have your notebook in front of you?
Yeah.
Then look at it and tell me.
Find out prime factors, prime factorization.
No, bacha. No, that is long ago. After your test, we started a new chapter. अच्छा ये बताओ आपके स्कूल में कौन सा चैप्टर स्टार्ट